Good afternoon, everybody, or good morning, however you be watching this. Thank you. But I did want to talk about something different, something other than my podcast. I am trying to grow my channel. This channel is supposed to be a sports talk kind of type of channel, but the pillars of the channel are my podcasts, Steve's Wrestling Ramble, and Talking Packers with Steve. But I also want to talk about other sports, other things, as well as I do Gravity Falls and other and try to touch other sports. But college football is one I haven't touched upon yet here on my channel yet in any type of video or episode. So that's going to change today. I want to talk about the college football playoffs and the ranking here for week 11. I'm going to go through the top 25 for the college football playoff. I actually kind of noticed that between the AP poll and the college football playoff itself, the rankings are actually kind of different. And I guess the nation goes more, or when you see those rankings for each game for the next week or whenever, it goes by what the college football playoff ranking is than the AP top 25 one. But so that's where I'm going to go to. I'm going to go with the college football one, the playoff one, as the actual true ranking for all college football teams. As that's why because that's the barometer they go by when they get to the point where selecting and picking for the bowl games, of course. So we're gonna go there. So whether you've seen this before or haven't seen it yet, I'm gonna run through the college football playoff top 25 at 25. My home state team, Wisconsin Badgers. 24 Houston. 23 North Carolina. 22 Temple. 21 Memphis, who if they could have stayed unbeaten and ran the table, they might have had at least an outside shot to maybe make the college football playoffs, let alone as they call the New Year's Six, or the Big Six bowl games. It could have been where they would have been. 20 Navy, the team that beat them. 19 UCLA. 18 Northwestern, highest that Northwestern's been in any polling of any kind in a long time. Big Ten member. 17 Mississippi State. 16 Florida State. 15 TCU. 14 Big Ten's Michigan. 13 Big Ten's Michigan State. 12 Oklahoma. 11 Florida Gators. 10 Utah. 9 LSU. So they drop pretty far actually from where they were previous weeks, especially with the crushing loss they had. Kind of was expected, I guess. 8 Oklahoma State. 7 Stanford. 6 Baylor. And number 5, the highest ranking for the Big Ten's Iowa Hawkeyes. They're at number 5, so Iowa at the number 5 spot, only one away from making the playoffs. So they gotta keep running the table, because if they get one loss, they're gonna plummet. They're gonna plummet even further than LSU did because of Iowa, and why the committee doesn't see them to be a top 4 team because of how their teams run, all this whatever stuff. It's not as interesting, because as much as they don't want to say, I have a feeling that part of what goes into picking the 4 teams to make these playoffs, even though this is still early in the game. I mean, this is only the second week of the actual playoff rankings of the college football season. But as I was saying, one of the criteria that might be part of it that plays in, because it's just human nature, is the intrigue of matchups or intrigue of having teams on. And I guess Iowa's not that big of a thing. But if Iowa can earn it, keep winning, Notre Dame, Ohio State stumbling, well, obviously anybody in the top 4 stumbling, losing a game or 2, and Iowa keep running the table and doing what they're doing, and they control their own destiny, really, then they will have earned a spot there in the college football playoff. By the time we get to that time, they're around the end of 2015, heading into 2016 with picking for the playoffs. So Iowa's 5. 4 is Notre Dame. I would have had actually Baylor number 4, Notre Dame number 6. So even in my way, I wouldn't have had Iowa in the top 4 yet. But trust me, I obviously would want Iowa there. Number 3, the Big Ten's Ohio State. Number 2, Alabama. And number 1, the Clemson Tigers. if they keep doing what they're doing, they can keep number one. If Iowa runs the table, Alabama, Ohio State, and Notre Dame slip at all, then they'll get in. But I think if they all slip, and if Iowa runs the table, Iowa could be number two. And it could be a situation where it could be a Big Ten team in the national championship game, or at least another one, because Ohio State won it last year. But you could have another Big Ten team winning the national championship game. Ohio State now this year, maybe Iowa. I could see Iowa defeating Clemson. Hey, it's who's the best in that one game in 3 hours, and Iowa can match up well. I could see that happening. So that's the top 25 according to the college football playoff ranking. AP top 25, pretty much the same, a little bit different. Like I said, Iowa is 8th in that ranking. Notre Dame's 6th. Wisconsin's 23rd instead of 25th is the playoff ranking, as I stated. Memphis is 25th in the AP top 25 and 21st in the college football. That's why, most universities like the fact that they obviously go with the college football playoff ranking more than the AP top 25 for things, because that is their own ranking, because they have their own, there's a group there to make these rankings, the college football playoff rankings, each and every week. That even gets its own TV time on Tuesday evenings. And definitely go by that. So, but it's very, for fans of Northwestern, fans or alumni of Northwestern and Iowa, part of the Big Ten family here, obviously be thrilled with them and happy that they're in there. Northwestern, take a look at their record, 7-2, and their schedule coming up. I mean, you never know, they could make their way up the polls. Apologize for that, but anyways, they can make their ways up to the polls. So could Michigan State. You could have a Big Ten jumble mess of whatever you want to call it, at the top of the college football playoff rankings. And that would be awesome for a fan of the Big Ten, a member of the Big Ten. Even though I went to college at a D3 school, but still, through the University of Wisconsin system, so still part of the family with UW-Madison, a.k.a. the Wisconsin Badgers. But anyways, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome if we had the Big Ten there near the top, in the top. Like, if we had, let's see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5. We have 6 teams in the Big Ten in the bracket, in the ranking here in the college football playoffs. And if we had those 6 teams in the top 10 by the end of the year, that would be totally awesome. No, that'd be great. That'd be great for alumni of those universities. Great for the Big Ten in general. The Big Ten get more respect. I mean, heck, they should have earned it. The past years when Ohio State won the whole thing, won the national championship last year. So we'll see how everything plays out. But like I said, I did want to talk about college football. I might even at some point do a video about NASCAR as that season's winding down. I think it's actually getting close to one of the final races. So maybe after that, I'll talk about the NASCAR season, the playoffs, what I thought about some changes that they made with the playoff system the past couple of years. Just the whole NASCAR driven, no pun intended, but NASCAR driven topic in an upcoming video. Because like I said, I want to change this channel at some point to the Sports Talk Network or the Sports Lounge or the Sports type, but something like that. I think Sports Talk Network sounds more professional. Because like I said, I want this to become my job. I want this to become something, because I enjoy my podcast, I enjoy hosting those things, and I enjoy having these videos as well. And each of them are live, yes, because that's the best way for me to do videos, even of simple kind, or obviously my episodes of my podcast. So welcome to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Give my channel a chance, and word of mouth, let people know about it, and definitely go from there. You can follow me, my podcast on Twitter at WB_podcast, my NFL one at talking_Packers, and then my personal handle at Army_Strong_06, as you can see in the banner below there. Also, speaking of that, happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there that serve and aren't currently serving or will, that are just joining the military in any branch. Thank you for your service. And for me myself, I remember when I was myself in the service for the 4 years I was, and I was lucky enough during that time that I got to live in Hawaii for those 4 years, and it's the country I love. So, as I wanted to bring that up too, I'll probably be bringing it up again in tonight's episode of Talking Packers with Steve, live episode of the NFL, of my NFL podcast. So, anyways, guys, take care, and like I said, I might do more videos moving forward about college football, but definitely at some point, I'll be having one about NASCAR. Take care.